Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Ant on Music. I am your humble host, Ant. Sorry it's been a couple of weeks since I posted, and I got to get something off my chest. May cost me a couple of viewers, it may not. Don't know, don't care. Reason you haven't seen me past couple of weeks, I got to admit, I've been a little bit pissed off, a little bit down about the sad state of affairs that's going on here in the country, in the good old US of A. Not really going to get into politics, but needless to say, I am not a happy camper. I know some people are. I'm not one of them. And we're going to leave it at that. Let's just put it that way. You know where I stand just based on that alone. But now it's time to talk about music, and there has been a lot going on in music the past couple of weeks. We had the Grammys. We had the SNL 50, Saturday Night Live 50 concert. If you haven't seen that, do yourself a favor. If you have access to Peacock or you know somebody that does, I don't know, maybe it's here on YouTube, check that concert out. It was complete fire. Started off really poorly with Miley Cyrus. Not a fan of hers at all. Her voice to me sounds like bleeding goats. Irritates me beyond all belief. Other than that, the other real crap act on there for me was Jelly Roll. He really proved that he has absolutely zero talent vocally. They gave him two spots. One of him doing a Johnny Cash medley, which, I mean, Johnny Cash isn't very vocally challenging, and he couldn't handle it. The other part was with Snoop Dogg, and he looked out of place there as well. So he doesn't, in my mind, he's some sort of like industry plant. He just sucks. He's up there, as I like to refer to him, he is pre-Ozempic Malone. And speaking of Post Malone, he fronted Nirvana for the evening, and he absolutely sucked. But aside from that, there was some fantastic acts on there. Bonnie Raitt, God bless her. I've been fortunate enough to see her once live as part of the Walden Wood Show with Jimmy Buffett, Sting, and Don Henley, and she was phenomenal. And even at her age, she is still one of the best slide guitar players there is on the planet, and also vocally still pretty strong as well. Obviously not the Bonnie Raitt that I saw 30 years ago, but still pretty good performance. And she brought out Chris Martin from Coldplay, which is neither here nor there for me. Would have preferred to have seen Bruce Hornsby on the keys with her, like it was when they recorded it for I Can't Make You Love Me, my all-time favorite Bonnie Raitt song. I will tell you who did absolutely kill it that night. Lady right here, Brandi Carlile. Holy smoke. She did an absolutely freaking mind-blowing version of the joke, which left me floored, basically almost in tears. It was so damn good. They had some other great acts, on there as well. But that was the stuff that really stood out to me, good and bad. Will Ferrell and a guest star were great, just from a comedic standpoint. And even Adam Sandler, kind of brought the house down with his tribute, which was very cool. Also, had the Super Bowl. A lot of controversy there with Kendrick Lamar. Wasn't for my generation, and I actually reached out to an expert in the Feeler app, and I'm not bullshitting you one bit. I reached out to a classmate of mine, high school mate of mine. Goes by the name of Sadat X. For those of you that know rap, if you're into it at all, you will know Dottie or Dot X as a founding father of Brand Nubian. And I reached out to Dot and I says, dude, dude, what did you think of Kendrick? And he was like, it's not for our generation. He goes, but it wasn't bad. And that was my opinion. It was chock full of symbolism. It took shots at Drake, what have you, but not a big rap guy. So we'll leave that there as well. As far as the Grammys go, I was very happy to see that there were awards given out to people that I actually care about, which was pretty cool. You had awards given out to Peter Gabriel, and St. Vincent, who was also part of the SNL live concert. And she was up there with David Byrne, another favorite of mine, as well as being up there for Arcade Fire. They did a phenomenal version of Bowie's Heroes and some other tracks as well. So, with that all being said, let's jump into the music. I've got a few things to show you. There really hasn't been much coming out that I've been interested in, and it actually caused me to reach back into some stuff that I got a while ago, but didn't get to show you. So it kind of fits in, and you'll see how. So first thing I want to do is I want to thank Rich Johnson over at Fourth Dimension Records. Rich finally got my my album of Bass Communion. So it comes with an Obi. There it is, Bass Communion Obi. If you don't know who Bass Communion is, Bass Communion, all right, is a project by Steven Wilson. One of my favorites, right? Steven Wilson of Porcupine Tree fame and of solo fame. And this is a collection of works done for Bass Communion, as Bass Communion, between 2014 and 2023. It came out on CD last year, and I had the CD. And then I heard it was coming out on vinyl. So I got all excited. It's coming out on vinyl. I got to get the vinyl. And it's, basic black. I'm not going to waste your time too much. We all know what a black piece of vinyl looks like. Nothing spectacularly pretty, but it does sound great. This is, the best way to describe it is it's ambient music, it's drone. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. But I dig it. And if you've seen Steven in concert or Porcupine Tree, a lot of times as you're entering the hall, they will play they will play Bass Communion stuff as like an intro, all right? It almost goes unnoticed. And it's basically, how many tracks we got here? 3, 5, 7 tracks. And they run on the long side, so you can see back there. And gatefold's pretty simple. It also comes with this cool booklet with photographs that go along with the time period for when this stuff was produced. I'll just show you a couple of them real quick. And, I was happy that this finally came in the mail back about a week and a half ago. And I can stop busting Rich's balls about it because I've been busting his balls about, dude, when's my record coming? Along the same lines as Bass Communion, definitely, as, I guess, a good way of calling it, it's like it's head music, right? It's just zone out. And a long ago video, if you go back, I don't know, 8, 9 videos ago, you'll hear me mention about meditation music, right? And one of the things that I picked up when I told all you guys about the massive sale going on at, was it UDiscover? Might have been UDiscover. One of the things that I picked up was this, all right? And you might be looking at it going, what the frig is that? This is Mind Games by John Lennon, the meditation mixes. Now, this is a 3-album set, and it's got a reflective cover. And if you look real close, you can see a little bit of Johnny right there. And here's the hype sticker. And, I got this back a couple of months ago, but showing it to you now. Why? Well, it won a Grammy. One of the things that I own in my collection that won a Grammy this year, along with Peter Gabriel and St. Vincent up there. St. Vincent won for Best Alternative. And as usual, you know what I call these when we get these, right? DJ Nightmares. If you've ever been working as a DJ where you had to use vinyl, which for me was many, many moons ago, and you didn't have the luck or the good fortune of just being able to drop the needle on the record and play the first track, trying to find the other tracks on a clear piece of vinyl, is tantamount to finding a needle in a haystack. It's a pain in the ass. And so what's the story behind this? Now, let me show you the inside here. It's 3 slabs of vinyl. I don't know if you can see in there, but it kind of mimics the original cover of the Mind Games album back from the 70s when it was first released. So with this, Sean Lennon, Ono, John's baby boy, and member of the Claypool Lennon Delirium, along with Les Claypool, and also touring member of the last go-round of Colonel Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade. You say that 5 times fast, I dare you. What he did was he took his dad's album of Mind Games and he made meditation mixes of it. It's pretty funky, like I said, head music, right? And I dig it. It's basically, wow, it's not many tracks except to the last disc of side B, which has 9 tracks, and they're all broken down. And it takes elements of the original album, and the best way I could describe it is it takes maybe the smallest bit of it and it just expands it out. And when you read the album, the liner notes on the album, uh, it's the idea is to put you in a relaxed and contemplative state. It works on certain frequencies, and it is very cool. I have listened to it once or twice, and it is great. If you dig this stuff, something weird to check out. If you haven't heard it yet, definitely worth giving a listen to, if you're so inclined. All right, so that's that. Moving right along, have my newest pickup. This is a re-release. And I'm glad because I'm constantly tracking these down as they come out. When they first time on vinyl, re-release, that I don't own it on vinyl, but I have it on CD, or maybe the vinyl I have is so old it's shot. So as a kid, I got to admit, I didn't take care of stuff as well as I do now. But what I'm talking about, King's X's latest release, Dogman. So, the Dogman, right here. All right, I remember the original CD, I believe it came as a green puppy dog on there as opposed to the red. And you have the gatefold here with all the lyrics there and liner notes. And you got the track listing on back. And if you're a fan of King's X, like I am, all right, they kind of get lumped in with like Christian rock, and it really isn't. It's more progressive. It's got overtones of religiosity, let's say that much. But it's more about treating people the way they should be treated. All right. And this was their 5th album, I believe. And with the 5th album, it was a bit heavier. Now we're, with them, they're in the 90s when this one came out. And there was more aggressive guitar tones on there. But you still have the really cool Beatlesque harmonies in there. And it's, and in places still, because it's King's X, it is uplifting in places. For me, the standout tracks on this are Dogman, Black the Sky, Fool You, Complain. And I mean, it's kind of hard to beat the 3 guys in King's X. Doug is a phenomenal bass player and vocalist, and the other guys had some great background vocals, Ty and Jerry. This is a limited edition. It's a music on vinyl. I believe there's 2,000 being produced. If you look real close there, you'll see I got number 750, which I'm really jazzed about. And, plain black inner sleeves, but to match the red doggy, we got a red and black vinyl right there. How cool is that? All right. So this is cool. Glad to have this in my collection. It doesn't rise to the level of, Gretchen Goes to Nebraska, but what really does? I mean, that album's probably my favorite in their entire catalog. And they are just stunning. So glad that they're still out doing their thing. Really cool album. Glad to add this to my collection. Just came out. So that's that. And one that's been consuming my time for a long time, for the past couple of weeks, long time, 2 weeks, is this. And, usually this is the part where I bust out a box set. But I was unable to procure. How do you like that word? That's a SAT word. Procure. I was unable to manage a copy of the box set for Parasomnia, the new Dream Theater box set. And I'm like a little kid in some ways, where if I don't get what I want, I get pissy, and then it turns me off to the album. I can't say that about this album. I love this album. All right. I was unable to get the box set itself, so I did BYOB, build your own box set, which basically is this. I didn't get the goodies like that come in the box that have, like there was like a little sleep journal and a sleep mask, which would have been cool to have, I guess. I'm just hating. Who I'm kidding. I would have loved to have had it. But I did manage to get the vinyl. Okay. We'll take a look at that first. Now, the box set, it came with green vinyl. This does not, and it had an alternate cover as well. But the cool thing about this is, all right, you have the front cover there, and it had an alternate cover as well in the box set. Here's the gatefold. Hussein did the artwork, very cool. This is the cover that's on the box. It does come with this booklet with the artwork contained therein. Just show you a couple of these. And it's got the lyrics and liner notes, as you'd expect. And the one, or the two pieces of vinyl, I should say. Typical of Dream Theater, they're back with Mike Portnoy now, which is like, the big gimme. And, people have wondered what it's going to be like with Mike returning. What's going to be like? I'll tell you. It's like they picked up where Black Clouds and Silver Linings let off. No knock on Mike Mangini. He's a phenomenal drummer. But there's something very centering about having Mike back in the band. And it seemed to, reunite that brotherhood that they had. Very good album. We'll talk about that in a second. Just want to show you the stuff that we got. And this, like I said, this is my BYOB, Build Your Own Box Set. This is a very funky looking black and blue splattered vinyl. And, it's 2 slabs of vinyl. So you have that. What I also got, in addition to the album on vinyl, all right, is I got the art book, which is also sold out as well at this point, I believe, or at least it's very hard to come by. So this is the additional little sheet that they throw on there as well. And then you have the art book itself. And let me just show you the hype sticker as well for the album. Got that. So I clipped that off. There we go. And you have this. And, like I said, through Inside Out, I had to order this from Germany to get this because, like, they had 3,500 copies, I believe, of the box set. And they were literally sold out in probably about an hour, hour and a half. I didn't even get a crack at it. It went so fast, and I was disappointed. I was pissed. But this comes as a 3-disc set, 2 CD and Blu-ray. And great thing about this is you have the original album, right? The album that's being released. The second disc is all instrumental, so the entire album instrumentally. And I'll tell you, it is both discs phenomenal. LaBrie's voice in studio, really good. I'll give you a review of them live in a few weeks because I am venturing out of my cave with my best man, and we are going to go see Dream Theater live, something we haven't done since something I haven't done since the first tour with Mangini. So Mikey's back in the fold. We're going to go check them out over in Connecticut. Should be a good night, and I'll let you know about that when that comes. So back to this. All right, so this is the art book. Basically, between getting the vinyl and the art book, you get all the music there is. So like I said, first disc album, second disc album instrumentals, awesome. Third disc is the album again with visualizers. Very, very cool stuff. You definitely want to check it out if you can. Once again, you may want to go check on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's uploaded it yet. I'm not supposed to, but that doesn't stop people from doing it. As far as the album goes, it definitely brings me back to the times of Metropolis Scenes from Memory. It's classic Dream Theater. For some reason, like I said, I don't know what it is. And Petrucci produced this, but it definitely, it has that feel. And what it's about, basically it's about different things that people experience when sleeping, different problems. It's like the best way I could describe it is it's nightmare fuel. That's Parasomnia to me. It's a nightmare fuel. It starts off with an introductory piece called In the Arms of Morpheus. Then it goes into Night Terror, which is a phenomenal song. You probably heard it. It was one of the singles. A Broken Man, another one. Dead Asleep. Midnight Messiah, which is right now my favorite track on the album. It just absolutely kicks ass. Are We Dreaming? Bend the Clock, another really strong tune. And the very, very complex and progressive The Shadow Man Incident, clocking in at just over 19 minutes. Show you a couple of pieces of the artwork in here that we didn't see in the other book. And there was some controversy. One of the photos in here, one of the pieces of artwork, I should say, apparently appeared in another band's packaging for their album. I can't remember the band. I saw it online, and I meant to jot down and take a note, but I didn't. And then when I went back to look for it, it was gone. But whatever. If that's the worst thing anybody can say about this, so be it. But it's very cool. And one of the other things that was in the box was a Dream Theater Dream Catcher. All right, so I missed out on that too, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to find it somewhere out there. I'll do my best to track it down. So that is everything that I have to show this week. There was another loss in the music world. There always seems like someone's passed away, which really sucks. This one kind of hit home a little bit. One of my best friends growing up, this guy John Coleman, and thank God St. John is still with us. But the great, or as I should say now, the late great Mike Visaggio, the main man and keyboardist for Kinetic Element, passed away. He had been fighting an illness for a while. This is a live album they recorded here in New York. John is right there in the middle, and here's Mike. May Mike rest in peace. I've talked about these guys in the past. You may want to check them out if you never have. But Mike, wherever you may be, man, I hope you're resting well, brother. And I appreciate all the awesome music you've given us over the years. So that's everything I've got. That's it. I'm done. As always, if you're new here, or if for some reason you unsubscribe, subscribe or resubscribe, give a thumbs up, drop a comment. I love the conversation. Sorry I was bumming for the past couple of weeks, but I'm back, and expect me to drop more stuff as soon as I am able to get back here and record for you. Really do appreciate you spending your time with me. Love every one of you. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. As I always say, peace, one love, music. I'm out.